Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. In the context of Salesforce, enterprise integration typically involves connecting Salesforce with other enterprise applications or systems, such as ERP, CRM, or other databases, to facilitate data sharing, process automation, and improved operational efficiency. In this Part 2 tutorial, we will cover 1. Integration patterns, understanding different integration patterns. 2. APIs in Salesforce, overview of Salesforce APIs for integration. 3. Example of using Salesforce REST API, a code walkthrough example. 1. Integration patterns. When integrating Salesforce with other systems, you may choose from several integration patterns. Request and reply, synchronous communication where a request is sent, and a response is awaited. Fire and forget, asynchronous communication where a request is sent, and the sender does not wait for a response. Batch data synchronization, periodically synchronizing data between systems in batches. Streaming integration, real-time data updates using platforms like Salesforce Streaming API. 2. APIs in Salesforce. Salesforce provides several APIs that facilitate integration. REST API allows developers to interact with Salesforce data using RESTful web services. SOAP API provides a standards-based interface for integrating with Salesforce over SOAP. Bulk API, designed for loading or deleting large amounts of data. Streaming API, for receiving real-time updates to Salesforce data. 3. Example of using Salesforce REST API. In this example, we will demonstrate how to use Salesforce's REST API to create a new contact in Salesforce. We'll assume that you have already set up a Salesforce developer account and have access to a Salesforce org. Prerequisites. 1. Salesforce account. Create a Salesforce developer account if you don't already have one. 2. Connected app. Set up a connected app in Salesforce for OAuth authentication to obtain client credentials, consumer key and secret. 3. Postman or a similar tool, to test API calls. Step 1. Set up a connected app. 1. In your Salesforce org, go to Setup. 2. Search for App Manager and select it. 3. Click on New Connected App. 4. Fill in the required fields, enabling OAuth settings, and add the following scopes. Full access, full. Perform requests on your behalf at any time, refresh_token, offline_access. 5. Save the connected app and note the consumer key and consumer secret. Step 2. Obtain access token. You will need an access token to authenticate your API requests. You can use Postman to perform the OAuth 2.0 resource owner password credentials flow. 1. Open Postman. 2. Create a new post request to the token endpoint. https://login.salesforce.com/services/OAuth2/token. 3. In the body of the request, select XWWW former length-coded and add the following parameters. Grant_type, password. Client_ID, your_consumer_key. Client_secret, your_consumer_secret. Username, your_Salesforce_username. Password, your_Salesforce_password plus your_security_token. 4. Send the request. If successful, you will receive an access token in the response. Step 3. Create a new contact. With the access token, you can now create a new contact in Salesforce. 1. Create a new post request in Postman to the following endpoint. https://instance.salesforce.com/services/data/vxx.0/subjects/contacts/. Replace instance with your Salesforce instance, example NA1, EU2, and VXX.0 with the current API version. 2. In the headers section, add authorization, bearer your _access _token. Content type, application/JSON. 3. In the body section, select raw and input the new contact details in JSON format. For example, JSON. First name, John. Last name, Doe. Email, john.doe@example.com. Phone, 123-456-7890. 4. Send the request. If successful, you will receive a response with the ID of the newly created contact. Example code snippet, using Node.js. Here's a simple example using Node.js and the Axios library to automate the above steps. JavaScript. Const Axios equals require, Axios. Const instance URL equals https://login.salesforce.com. Const client ID equals your_consumer_key. Const client secret equals your_consumer_secret. Const username equals your_Salesforce_username. Const password equals your_Salesforce_password. Const security token equals your_security_token. Async function get access token. Const response equals await axios.post, $instance URL/services/OAuth2/token, null. Params. Grant_type, password. Client_ID, client ID. Client_secret, client secret. Username, username. Password, password plus security token. Return response.data.access_token. Async function create contact, access token. Const contact data equals first name, John. Last name, Doe. Email, john.doe@example.com. Phone, 123-456-7890. Const response equals await axios.post. https://instance.salesforce.com/services/data/vxx.0/subjects/contacts/. Contact data. Headers. Authorization, bearer $access token. Content type, application/JSON. Console.log, created contact ID, response.data.id. Async, equals try. Const access token equals await get access token. Await create contact, access token. Catch, error. Console.error, error, error.response, error.response.data, error.message. Conclusion. In this tutorial, we covered the basics of Salesforce Enterprise integration, focusing on the REST API. We also provided a code example to illustrate how to authenticate and create a contact in Salesforce using Node.js. For further integration needs, consider looking into other Salesforce APIs, middleware solutions, like MuleSoft, or Salesforce's integration capabilities like outbound messaging, platform events, and more. Always refer to the Salesforce developer documentation, https://developer.salesforce.com/docs, for the latest information and best practices.